Hello everyone and welcome back to more Rayman 2 for the N64, and in this episode we're actually going to be going in Marshes of Awakening to backtrack because we're on the task, I think, to get an elixir for Clark, and we actually have to go back into this level to get it for some reason. I don't know why, but that's how the plot goes. I guess just Ubisoft came up with that just out of nowhere. They thought, what do we do next? Well, let's have them go back to the same level, shall we, in order to get further. It's especially annoying considering the fact that, you know, that first lum was right here, on the way to where we're going now, which doesn't really make any sense. And also there's a zombie chicken here for some reason. I don't know why. Again, why zombie chickens? They could have came up with a better name for them, like, I don't know, skeletons or something, but zombie chicken? Oh wow, the fists went straight into him, that was weird. I can read your mind, you know the name of this place. You are now ready to enter the Cave of Bad Dreams. But before you come in, I must tell you something. I have hidden a precious treasure inside. You can keep it for yourself, if you beat me to it. I'll give you a head start, but don't waste any time. As you can see, this guy's really enthusiastic about all this. If I catch you, I'll show you no mercy. Oh yeah, this bit. Let's just slap on the bitmap image, shall we? Hey? Plus I love how that's slightly out of place where he is. But this is the Cave of Bad Dreams, which, honestly, when I first played this as a kid, I was not really that happy in this place. I mean, look at it, it's not really the most welcoming place, is it? Considering later on, the Tomb of the Ancients, I believe there's actually blood in the water. And this isn't an E-rated game, so that's different. But the soundtrack to this place is actually a bit different compared to the other versions. Because the PS1 version and all the other versions, which I'm not going to list, far too many of them, have a completely different soundtrack to this, which sounds more creepy. They did a good job though on the N64. Let's just say the other versions have more instruments and things going on. Where this one is kind of a bit basic, but it captures the atmosphere pretty well if you ask me. And honestly, I come back to this area quite a lot actually, because it has quite a cool design and things. But I imagine a lot of kids that played this must have been pretty creeped out by this level. But not Tomb of the Ancients, because Tomb of the Ancients is blimmin' creepy everywhere. Especially the soundtrack on that level. You'll see what I mean, but in the N64 actually, here's the thing, like with Tomb of the Ancients, in the PS1 version, let's just say it welcomes you to hell. The soundtrack is pretty goddamn scary. In fact, Caddicarus, I believe, put it in one of his top 10 scary games and all that, or at least top 10 scary game songs. So that's one piece of evidence, I guess. But in the N64 version, it sounds, you know, like when you get to like a scary level in Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. It's like that sort of vibe, you know. It's creepy, but it doesn't freak you out completely and makes you want to turn the game off, like Tomb of the Ancients when the other versions did. The N64 has a much more light-hearted version of it and things. But the soundtrack here, good God, it's kind of a bit tense, isn't it? Of course, what it's for is a bit silly, if you ask me. It's all tense, shows we're about to fight a boss, which are these things down here. Nice threatening music to defeat things like this. I don't know why that makes sense, but it just does. Ubisoft can do what it wants, you know? I mean, it's already came up with like a limbless hero, so I'm pretty sure they can get away with this. The design on these guys, though, are very strange if you ask me. Plus, their health is pretty weird as well. I don't know why there's no sound effects, though, on them when you kill them. It makes no sense. Why is the tense music still going? I don't know why, it just does that for some reason. I guess you could say also this level is like an example to show you off like the graphical capabilities of the N64 version. Because it looks pretty good, honestly. Honestly, it looks closer to like PS2 and GameCube early types, if you ask me. It doesn't really feel like I'm playing in the N64 game. Of course it does when you look at the controller. But when you just play it normally, you're like, wow, this is pretty decent. So it's different and all. Oh yeah, speaking of which, by the way, this will help you out if you're planning... Wow, that thing almost got me then. This will help you out if you're actually planning on getting the N64 version of the game. Some N64 games require a couple of things, like, you know, in order to save, for some reason, you need the controller pack, which you put into the controller. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is for Nintendo, I guess. And some of them require you to use the expansion pack, which, for example, Donkey Kong 64. If you don't have that, you can't play the game, which, funny thing actually, that one was only used to fix a bug in the game. The game would run fine without it, but they just chose to put it in there because they couldn't sort out the bug. So they thought, forget it, let's just slap in the expansion pack, shall we? And it does work with Rayman 2, but here's the thing. You don't necessarily need it. It may say on the box and that, compatible with expansion pack, but it doesn't actually mean that you need it. In fact, if I show you what I mean, here's what I mean by this. If I just go like to the options or something, and then go to the video, you'll see that the resolution is high. If you select that to low, that is the only option you can choose. Then you can choose the sharpness between maximum and standard. The expansion pack installed, when I click on high, makes it higher resolution. That's all it does really. It doesn't really add any in-game content or anything. So if you're fine with just playing the game and not, having the sharpest image in the world, then you can actually just play it without the expansion pack. Which I did, and when I did get the expansion pack, it improved a lot. It looks more sharp and things. I think you could tell by that anyway. Because, well, actually, should I show you a sample? Yeah, why not? I don't see why not. So if I just go into options again and just change it to low, and then if I just go back, see it's a bit more blurry, see it's a bit more jagged on the lines and things. And now if I change it back, you'll then hopefully see the difference. Although the frame rate's higher for some reason. I don't know why that makes sense, but it just does. See? There you go. It's a bit more clear on things, and it's not as pixelated, and it's pretty decent. At least that's what I find, anyway. Now, yeah, for some reason you have to throw that. Okay, maybe not like that. It is possible to do it. Let me just try that again, but just be careful on that, because the N64 analog stick is not the best analog stick in the world. I mean, it looks more like something out of Lego nowadays. But still. So, yeah, it's pretty decent things. I guess you could say what we're doing at the moment is... Did they actually just reuse part of it from the Sanctuary of Water and Ice? Because it feels very similar to that, if you ask me. Because, it's pretty much the same thing. You have to carry these two yellow and blue balls and then just put them on top of these things. Where it was like that before that, but, this one's just more sparsed out and things. Also, after this segment, we're going to come up to probably the bit that freaked me out a lot when I first played this. Because, like I said, the first version I played on this was on the PS1, and that was still pretty freaky, especially the voice acting, because the voice acting is terrible in general in that game. So that made it even more scary. Also, for some reason, I cannot use the camera on this bit. I don't know why. And hopefully that hand will stay there whilst I wait for this thing to come over. In fact, speaking of camera controls and all that, I guess you could say that's actually one thing I like about the N64 and things. Not the camera as a whole and that, but the actual controls. Nowadays and that, whenever you rotate the camera, it was with, well actually it is, shall I say, it is with the right analog stick. On the N64 it's used with like the C buttons and things. I don't know, I quite liked that really. Especially in games like Banjo-Kazooie, because while you're using like the Talon drop, where basically Kazooie just makes Banjo go on her back and then he gets run up a hill and things, you can literally just use the C buttons just to rotate the camera just as you was going up. And you don't have to move it either, you just click a button. I don't know, I just quite like it if you ask me. Even in Spyro games, where you just press L2 and R2 to rotate the camera. I don't know, it just suited it really. But of course, at least it worked in games like Ratchet and Clank and things like that. Hell, even Jak and Daxter. Because Jak and Daxter is an awesome game. And that did not go so well, but at least they do not respawn it all the way to the beginning, because that'll be annoying. There we go, brilliant. I swear sometimes on that bit I missed the jump and I don't know why. It just does that for some reason. Because sometimes there are glitches in this game. I mean, this is made on the N64 and it pushed the thing to its limits, if you ask me. It's like the equivalent of Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy, because in places that did not feel like a Game Boy game. It felt pretty superior, actually, as it's, to be honest, my favourite Game Boy game ever, if you ask me. But, well, we got this one, and now we're going to take it over and just fight the boss. Well, kind of. Not really fight him or so, but more run away. Kind of similar to, that walrus in crushed to insanity. Which is a pretty cool addition, I must say. Also, for a second there, I thought that glitched out. I do not want that thing to go outside the boundaries. That would be very annoying. And there we go. I think that's everything, as far as I'm aware. I suppose if I'm missing something, I can always come back to it. So, never mind. Let's just go down here and see what's happening, shall we? With a really cool transition effect. Also, what is that noise? Oh yeah, this is what I mean by the game runs 6 frames per second. Like I said, you can't actually see it on YouTube due to frame limitations and things, but on the actual thing, it runs pretty goddamn smooth. Sadly, though, it's only when you look at the wall. I don't know why. And now, cutscene. Oh god, that face. I never got this. And sliding mechanics. Okay, you know before when I was talking about the celestial slide and... Well, that didn't go so well. But you know the slide in the Sanctuary of Water and Ice? It applies here too, where if you miss the lum, you have to kill yourself in order just to go back and get the one lum. And that gets a bit annoying. Just like that one there, see? So I have to kill myself in order to get it. Otherwise, I have to go through the whole goddamn thing again, and I'm not doing that. Or at least just get most of them anyway. I mean, even if I have to go through the whole thing, at least it's like only once or twice. But goddamn, look at this thing. It's a giant thing that basically tries to eat you. And I don't know if I got that. So I would like to slow down, please. And let you eat me, maybe? There we go. I thought he was going to do it, but he didn't for some reason. I also like how every time you die in that Lee just pops out with messages basically telling you to carry on. Quite a nice way to motivate a kid who's struggling a lot and getting a bit annoyed. And they're just like, nah, push on forward, you'll make it. Or maybe she doesn't say it like that. Imagine if the dialogue said that, that would be brilliant. Alrighty, where's that lum? There's the lum, which I have missed. So I need to kill myself again. This is a thing, like I said, with the sliding things, which honestly are a bit unpolished. They need a bit more polishing if you ask me, otherwise they don't work so well. The controls, like I was saying before, they're okay, but it's just sometimes a bit tight and things. You're like, come on, surely I could just make that. But no, you can't for some reason. Also, that makes it a hell lot easier. I am going to... Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of going that way, so that way I could get it a bit easier. And now... I believe it's over here. There it is. Thank God. I got that one. I remember before where I missed that, and it took me here, and I had to do the whole goddamn thing again. That was probably the most annoying part and things, because... You know, it's just the feeling of just realising that one last lum that you tried to get and weren't aware, but you can't go back to it because... What? Okay, that did not work. Somehow I survived though, okay, that was quite a good recovery there. I did not mean for that to happen. But, you know, you just get to that bit, you miss the last lum, and then you have to go through it again. Because what I was talking about before actually is, for some reason, and I don't know why, the only possible way to exit out of the level of this game is to go into one of those teleporters. Like, if I just pause it now, even stand on the ground, there is no save and quit. You have to literally either clear the level or go back to the teleporter. And by the time, you know, if you like go to the next segment, you can't go back to the teleporter, so you have to beat it anyway. Either that or reset the game, but that doesn't make it any better anyway. I don't know if you can do that in other versions. You might be able to on the 3DS, but I'm not too sure, as it's been a while since I played the 3DS version, because there's no need to now. I have a better version. As the 3DS version was not the best remake. If you ask me, the best remake of Rayman 2 is Rayman Revolution for the PS2. Also, wow, okay. I thought then it wasn't really going to reach it, so that way I dropped down into the... whatever that stuff is. It looks like green Listerine or something. So, oh, really? You're gonna go over there now? So fine, so be it. Oh, I see, you're gonna shoot it that way, okay. I suppose I could just go all the way over there, but I choose not to because of that lum there. And now that will make 50. There we go, so I got all of them. Good! I don't have to go for this goddamn level. It annoys me when that happens, you know? Because I've already stated why, I'm not going to talk about it again. Alrighty. Now, if you just shoot the skulls, so that way I can just make it to the end of things. How long are we actually for recording so far? We are at 15 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, really? You expect me to make it from here? Okay. At least that's an indication or so that he does. If he stops throwing skulls at you, you know that it's actually possible to make it. Also, this bit, I swear, has a bit of bugs and glitches, because when you cling on to one, it can just launch you out of nowhere for some reason. But then you have to be pretty quick in order to go over here. Especially with the N64's analog stick and all that as well. I cannot make it, yeah, I was going to say. If you expect me to make it from there, then that's annoying. Because I cannot do that. Can I make it on there? Yes, I can, and... Wow, we good. Yeah, for some reason he buries into the ground. I don't know why he does that. I guess he just wanted to make a great escape. That was unintentional. Yes! Unbelievable. It's gold. Yes, it's a penny. You've defeated me. My treasure is yours. Take whatever you want. Wow. Now this is the bit where dilemma comes in with this. You can either choose I want the treasure or no treasure for me. And there's actually something that happens if you click I want the treasure. Here's what happens, alright? This is what happens. Trust me, you'll love this. Thank you for watching this LP series of Rayman 2 The Great Escape. This is the end of the game. We've fat on the beach. We're in the middle of the ocean with tons of gold. It's a shit ending. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Nope. Sorry. It still carries on from here. We've got a while to do it and all that. If you just click that, a lot of times he'll just do it again and again and again of that cutscene. But if we click no treasure for me, the most dramatic thing in the game happens. Watch this, ready? Somebody should make an edit of this and slow it down. It stops just as he drops it. That is cool. I like that. Whoa. Bit of a weird close up there. That's different. You made the right decision. You deserve this. Here. This is the elixir of life. Guard it preciously. Thanks. I like how every character has the same voice. Also, he was just playing basketball with his body. I forgot he does that. In fact, will he do it now? I don't know. Let me just let him stand here for a while and see what he does. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. He does like basketball with it and things. Something he did actually in Rayman M, which is pretty neat. Oh cool, I can rotate the camera around it as well. That's nice. Wouldn't it be cool if you could use that as an attack? Like a secret attack going on. That's cool. Alright, cool, anyway. We got that all done, so now we can just go back into the... Oh! Okay, that was one way to defeat it. We can now just go back into the teleporter then in this exit level, I believe. Because I think that was everything in that level as far as I'm aware. Or I could do the water skiing part, but honestly, I don't want to. I've gone through the sliding mechanics, I don't really want to go through the water skiing mechanics and all that. So, yeah, let's just head out of here, shall we, hey? Alrighty, cool. You want to save the game? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, cool, I don't need to do the bonus round because I didn't reach the end. Good, because my health is like full anyway. And, what do I do now? Oh, actually, wait, I'm at 20 minutes. Okay, never mind then. Well, I guess we're going to end it off here then, because like I say, I'm going to do like one per level and things. Or if it's too short, make it longer. Yeah, this has been Rayman 2, The Great Escape for the N64. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one, where I'll basically backtrack through many hills to give Clark the elixir. Then we'll just continue from there. Take care, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Rayman 2, and I'll see you in the next one.